Okay, so for the first one, A, B, D, so the first two we're just going to be very, very quick. My amplitude is -3. That means if the cosine function typically takes off from the maximum, drops to the minimum at the halfway mark, and then goes right back up, because the amplitude is negative, it's going to be a switch. Instead of it being a trench, it's like a bell curve, like you're going up the roller coaster. So that means it's going to be down at -3. It's going to come up and come right back down. That's what the amplitude does. If it was a +3, it would be like a trench, like you fell in a hole. Okay, all right, what's my vertical shift? There is none, right, because it's like +0. What's my period? Remember, it's 2 pi over b. B is 1. It is just 2 pi. I told you guys for the first two, I'm not shifting the period. It is just what all your other worksheets have shown you. Okay, here, get out of the way. Okay, now, so you could have looked at your worksheets. You could have looked at the unit chart, your unit circle, right? So if one complete rotation is 2 pi, what's 2 pi cut in half? Pi. What's pi cut in half? Pi over 2. What's pi over 2 cut in half? Pi over 4. Or you guys could have pulled any of your old worksheets and it was strictly your 45, 90, 135, so forth. Okay, so zero, pi over 4, pi over 2. All right, it's going to go on. Yeah? No lie, I want to grab one of yours and like make it easy. All right, so I am. Okay, because the vertical shift is D, is 0, you're oscillating over the origin, the x-axis. Your midline is the x-axis. Okay, your amplitude is 3. That means you're going to go -3 to +3. Those are your max and min. And then pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, pi, 5 pi over 4, 3 pi over 2, 7 pi over 4, 2 pi. And then let's grab a calculator. Hold on. All right, some of you guys, I don't know how you guys are so many weeks in, and literally you guys are asking me about parentheses. You guys were 4 members to a group. You were 4 members, you had open worksheets, and you guys are not typing into the calculator. It's going to show on quiz or test day. You have to know how to type in the calculator. So what you see is what you type. -3 cosine theta, and then I don't have a 0, so let me plug in 0. And right, I'm in radian mode. I see that capital R, so I'm good. There are a few of you guys through the day that were in degree mode, so you're like, you had to go back and change all your answers. All right, so there's, oh, you can't see. So there's my -3. And then you just type. This was, some of you guys, like yesterday when you guys walked in, up on the board, it said, no complaining. Literally, I didn't want to hear it. Some of you guys were, If you just did your worksheets, and if you had just typed into the calculator, it was just what you see is what you type. That's it. You guys, you're in im3 towards the end of the year. How do you not understand input, output? And so, yeah, as the period went on, the light bulb started going off, and you're like, oh, wait, this is like really, really easy. It was the back one that had the period shift that could have been a little bit more difficult depending on your 3 cuts. But it was really, really straightforward. So then you just keep going. Oh, I forgot pi over 4. Hold on. See, look at that. I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm doing bad. 2 over 2. Hold on. This is 0. -2.12. Is it showing? Yeah. Okay. There we go. This one. Ignore that. So I'm here. All right. 3 pi over 4. Right. Okay, and so this is what you end up having. A really, really, really pretty graph. Compliments of Isabel. Yeah. Hold on. And that's what you end up getting just typing into the calculator. That's it. Input, output, you guys. You gotta type in. Okay. All right. If I go into the second one, okay, A, B, D, right? Okay, so my amplitude is 2. The sine function oscillates over the midline, and it's positive, so that means I'm going to start at 0, and I'm just going to end at 0. That's it. What's my vertical shift? -6. That just means that it's going to drop to -6, the midline, and so I'm going to oscillate over that -6 line, that horizontal dash line that doesn't exist, but it's there. Because my amplitude is 2, I'm going to go between -4, my max, and -8, my min. It is very, very basic, you guys. Okay, what is the period shift? Again, it's these two were both 2 pi's, but if you wanted to check, my B value is 1. What's 2 pi over 1? Just 2 pi. Again, if you wanted to do the cuts, you were not mandatory. This wasn't mandatory to do, but if the visual helps you, right? 2 pi is the full circle. What's 2 pi divided by 2? Pi, that's your 180. What's half of 180? 90. So what's pi times 1/2? Pi over 2. What's 1/2 times 1? What's 1/2 times pi over 2? Pi over 4. And so you'll see the tables match here. Not the y values, the thetas match, because there was no period shift. So you could have grabbed any of your worksheets. So that's why I told you guys, sheet 1 and sheet 2 are going to give you guys your x-axis or your theta. It's identical. You just had to grab your worksheets and look at them. That was it. And then you just went to your calculator. So this was pi over 4, pi over 2, and then you set it up and you got this. Very pretty graph. And so there's my -6, there's my vertical shift. My amplitude is 2. So what's -6 plus 2? -4, that's my min. What's -6 minus 2? -8. I'm sorry, that's my max. -8, that's my min. So your amplitude gives you your max and your min according to your vertical shift, your D value. And then you just oscillate. And you guys now know, you know when it looks good or when it looks bad. Because some of you guys were doing really, really well, and you just got slightly docked because you kind of did what I just did earlier in the video, where I accidentally put 0 for pi over 4 just because it's almost like a writing error. And so then Isabel to the rescue. There's a lot of errors here that you can make where I know you know better, but just human errors. You got to be careful. Type it in. Make sure you look at your calculator, write the value in, plot the point. Like plot as you get your values. And then, unless of course you guys feel comfortable and you realize the symmetry that's going to exist. Okay, questions? Because I'll cut the video and I'll do the second one, the back side, the third one, the back side of it. So, for those of you that came in late, you're going to get this on your table tomorrow. Okay, the writing's not going to be there. For the first two, you guys, I just keep getting you guys to focus on the 45s. We're doing the 30/60s after this test. We're just focused on the 45s. And so 0, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315, 360, and if you just look, pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4. You don't have to memorize anything. You just have to know how to read the chart. Or you just have to build your 8 cuts. You'll get back to pi over 4. Okay, all right, let me